This week on Reliving the Extreme, we are going back to July the 16th, 1994, in the ECW arena and discussing Heat Wave 1994. It is 2 hours of 94 ECW. That's the best way to describe it, right, guys?
Somebody's dog's not going to discuss 1994 Heat Wave.
He was shutting up the whole time. Been sitting out. He's shutting up. Then we
or is that one of your kids?
No, it's the neighbor's dog. He was over there just fucking hanging out. And the minute Nate's like, "Welcome to the show,"
GOG out of nowhere.
Well, there you hear my co-host, my brother Aaron, and Chad Austin. And like I said, this time around, Heat Wave 1994 is the topic. The ECW arena, July 16th, 94. According to Wikipedia, the attendance was 850. I don't know about that. I don't know if that's accurate. It is Wikipedia.
You think less?
I think maybe, wouldn't it? Maybe. I don't know. Was the arena full by this point every week?
It was, dude, honestly, guys, it was really hard to tell.
The lighting?
Because they could, if they could put, another ass every 18 inches, they were going to squeeze that dude in there. So, I mean, you could look at it and go like, all right, all the seats look filled. There's people standing,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure that they haven't implied the bleachers yet, right?
I don't think so. No.
Yeah. So it's basically all just SRO, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I mean, I guess at this time in 1994, it's pretty much as full as you're going to get.
Okay. Just keep the big fat guy out of the way of the fire exit, right?
I was just going to say that's impressive if they're squeezing him in there. If you look out at that crowd, it's like,
it's the same people.
Yeah.
If you ran that building tomorrow, the ones that are alive would still be there.
That guy's 345 on the hoof. We got to stick his fat ass in here somehow.
you still got Buck Robley out there with his dumb signs. Good Lord, that guy hated when I would call him Buck Robley. I'm like, how could you not call yourself Buck Robley? You got a big curly black afro and a big beard, and you're Buck Robley.
If you're rocking the look, you got to accept the name.
Yeah, nobody calls you Yella. What's the matter with you?
Well, the opening match of this show is, hey, Rockin' Rebel's still here. It's Rockin' Rebel and Hack Myers against the Bad Breed, of course, the Rotten Brothers here in the ECW arena. I guess the two biggest notes that I have on here is I was surprised Rebel's actually getting a pop during this match. Like the crowd actually seems like they're actually into Rockin' Rebel.
No, I think they know he was leaving. I'm not even kidding. And I feel bad to say that for Chuck because he was a friend of mine. But I kind of think that between not the internet, but Meltzer,
mm-hmm.
and they realized they weren't using his license anymore to run, Pennsylvania shows. I kind of thought that they knew that, this is about it for him.
Well, the other thing I have about this match is firstly, it's too long. It was too long for the considering the participants. Aaron, what did you think of this one?
Just that there's not a good haircut in the whole lot. It's like, Jesus Christ.
Jesus.
Nobody. I hope it's a hair versus hair match and they get double DQ'd.
Nobody got a great clip before the show? Apparently not, because now that you're mentioning it, Aaron, I agree. And even my wife, the lovely Miss Jessica, even said, including me. Well, I mean, it was the 90s, man. Oh.
That was not acceptable ever.
That mullet was gorgeous.
The Bad Breed win the match. I don't have a lot of notes on it. Rebel and Hack have a little heat after the match. Then they have a little brawl, and out they go. I don't know if you guys had any more to mention on this one because I took very few notes.
Yeah, I just didn't think. I mean, Axel apparently appeared to look like he didn't want to be there, and Ian apparently tried to do just too much. I don't mean that in a bad way because trying's not a bad thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, when the execution, who the hell does a splash and they don't even get 4 inches off the ground? Like when he tries to splash somebody, like he, you know what I mean? It's the worst splash I've ever seen.
It has little to no impact on that splash whatsoever. You can't even fake the impact on that one.
Nah, but yeah, I mean, as far as it was, you have Hack and Rebel because I mean, weren't they getting into it? They were getting into an angle anyway, right? So it didn't really matter who won, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So it didn't matter who won. So the match could have just stunk up the joint, and it wouldn't have really. Nobody would have remembered any of it anyway.
I also did notice during the match that the crowd had already started the Shaw chants. I thought that came later, but I guess I was wrong. They were actually doing the Shaw chants during this match.
Maybe it was Peacock sweetening it.
Yeah, like last week with the Mikey chants and somebody at Peacock gives a shit that much, huh?
Dude, like
I
1994
want that guy's
ECW.
job.
Like, hey Tim, what do you want? He's like 1994 ECW. That is
Sweet
fucking.
That's the job that I want to do. I want to go into the studio and edit the shows, and I want to add shop.
The next match, speaking of Chad and his hair, Mikey Whipwreck, the ECW TV champion, against Chad Austin. And at the beginning of this, Chad introduces Jason as his new manager.
The sexiest manager in the world.
Yes, the sexiest manager in the world. How do you like my Chad Austin?
I don't know how I liked him because we never really talked.
The match itself, I thought, was pretty good. I'll be honest.
Well, you should have thought it was pretty good because Meltzer gave it 3 3/4 stars.
As well, he should have.
That's right up there with an Osamu Nishimura match or Nanobu Nakanishi.
In today's Observer, it might get 8 stars.
Oh yeah, I mean no, because we didn't do any super kick. No, we didn't break a table, and we didn't have any super kick, so it wasn't gonna get 8 stars. But I mean, Meltzer was there.
Oh really?
Yeah, I mean nobody knew it. If anybody knew it, Paul was the only one that knew it. And when I got home and I got the Observer and I read it, and he said that I mean for phrasing. He said that I looked like I knew what I was doing and I carried Mikey.
Mm-hmm.
And which was the case because I had been in the business a couple years longer than Mikey. So it was like, it was still being Mikey putting the match together, but it was me kind of, leading it.
Well, not even me having never even been in the ring watching the match. I could tell you were leading the match. That was pretty obvious. You could tell that you were controlling the pace and all that. Aaron, any thoughts here? I don't want to steamroll you.
It's fine. I just think that is this the first
fine? It was fine?
No, I said it's fine. He was steamrolling me. Your match was good.
The match was fine.
It's fine.
It was like I walked out of a great clips. It's fine.
Yeah.
No biggie.
Yeah.
I'll get over it.
What I wrote is, I could be wrong, I don't know, but is this the first match that Mikey's been the champ that he's gotten any offense?
I would say probably because I think the whole entire angle was set up because if I'm not mistaken, I was still the underdog guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I was put in the position to work with Mikey, who was another underdog guy. But here I am with a chip on my shoulder, So it kind of made me of like the aggressor, kind of heel kind of thing. So yeah, I think you're right, Aaron. I think that's the way it was supposed to be booked, but nobody told us that. I think that's what I was going to
say. Like we've been talking. Nate's been asking like for a couple of weeks, like, did Paul know what he was doing with you or whatever? And I think Paul knew what he was doing. He just wasn't communicating it to anybody. You know what I mean? He's like, take these two guys that have had little offense with anybody and put them in the ring, and then they just have this fine match that everybody sees.
There's no communication. No. Kirk. It's the referee, and he's telling you, look, they're giving you, 9 to 12. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Just get it over. And besides, me and Mikey liked each other, and we were both so eager. And I had already been in the business probably with 93, like 3 years, and Mikey had been in the business like a year and a half. So I guess he expected me to lead the match, and I just figured this is the way the match should be laid out.
Right.
You're the underdog guy. I'm just going to beat you up.
So in ECW at this time, like for this match as an example, because you can speak to it personally, was somebody giving you? Okay, I know they'd say you got 8 to 12, but was somebody giving you your finish, or do you guys come up with your own finish too?
No, it was me go over.
Okay,
because that wasn't the finish. The finish was me doing the promo. So Paulie didn't give a shit whatever the finish was. The actual 1, 2, 3 finish was.
Mm-hmm.
because that wasn't the finish. So it was like beat him, and I'm like, all right, I'm going to give him a half-ass leg drop, beat him, and then I'm going to turn heel on the fucking people. I think. I hope. I wish. I wanted to.
Well, you kind of do here because through a few false finishes or the proverbial I've got you pinned, but I'm going to bring you back up for the 3 because I'm not satisfied as a heel in beating you. Eventually, chicanery with Jason, and that being said, Chad does win the match. However, in the end, because his character does not want to give the ECW crowd happiness, he does not want them to be happy about a title change, Chad tells the referee that he won with brass knuckles, and the referee reverses the decision, and the title goes back to Mikey Whipwreck. I hope I explained that properly.
I'm just trying to figure out if I knew this going into it, that I decided I was going to put brass knuckles in my trunks. and who was the goof in the locker room I was going to ask if they had, hey, Pitbull number 1, you got any brass knuckles? And he's like, why? Because I want to cheat. You know, like, what was my whole entire mindset of putting the brass knuckles in there? I have no idea, man. I mean, I just knew that was one of my. I mean, I loved working Mikey.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Mikey was, and I worked him a couple years after that. Not a whole lot of years. It was still like ECW years. A couple years after that, we worked for like 3 days in a row, and I was like, dude, I'll do this, you know, all day long. And at that point, Mikey was getting better. I was getting better, and he was getting better. You know what I mean? So then the matches just started clicking. Like, if I could find the match that we had in Atlantic City on the boardwalk, like, I thought that it was like right after the show. Like, this show was on a, what, Friday or Saturday?
This was on Saturday. The boardwalk show was on Sunday.
Yeah. So the next, and me and Mikey had a match on that show, and I thought, like, man, this was our match. This is the match we should have had then, but we had never touched, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So you kind of got to work around that shit.
Aaron, any other thoughts on this matchup here?
Just like I said, it was a good match. I enjoyed it, and Mikey had a good flying clothesline. Chad did a good job helping Mikey through the match, and afterwards they beat the shit out of Mikey.
Did you see my backdrop? My world famous backdrop?
Oh yeah.
You did a really good brain buster in this matchup too.
Oh, right, the slingshot.
Yes, that looked very, very good. That was cool.
Well, you know, for 1994, I was very innovative. I was scouring the web TVs. I had to find stills of how to do new things.
You had to pause a video and let it buffer for an hour, and then you could watch the video. If we're talking about 94,
yeah, pretty much. I had to go downstairs and tell my mom to get off the phone.
Yeah, get off the phone.
Come on, I need to get on web TV.
I'm trying to watch Buck Robley.
Oh. Yeah, believe me, I'd never have a problem watching Buck Robley. I can go right upstairs right now and just pull out a best of Buck Robley, like a 10-disc compilation. It'll blow your mind. It should blow your mind the fact that I have a 10-disc compilation of Buck Robley.
What will not blow your mind is the next match, ladies and gentlemen. We have Tommy Dreamer.
Wait, hold on. We're not going to talk about Chad's little laugh and skip at the end of the match.
Oh, I forgot. I didn't write it down.
Oh, my Brian Christopher?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was my Brian Christopher, and believe you me, not a fan. He was not a fan of my imitation of him, and he let me know it. And it's funny because his father was in the locker room as well. And he laughed and just said, "Oh, he's a fan of yours." And I was like, "Yeah, well, I guess I was."
Imitation, what's the expression? Imitation is the greatest form of flattery.
Oh, it wasn't. Brian Christopher. I mean, because I thought, like, you know, what was, he said this is 94? Okay, yeah. So, you know, Brian Christopher had been around for what? A year and a half?
At the most, yeah.
Yeah. And he had just started doing them videos, like them videos where he was collecting gold, and it was like the Elvis song, and you know, and all that stuff. And that was kind of like what I was digging at that time. And I'm like, this is the guy. I think this is the guy. Like, he could be the next guy.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't mean the next guy to die.
Right.
It just meant the next guy in general. But you know how things work out. But yeah, I mean, I liked it. And I thought that if I could just bring a little bit of that to ECW, because some people would know who he is, right?
Right.
But I wouldn't want to be compared directly to, stealing his gimmick. You know what I mean?
Just let's just piggybacking a little bit. That's all.
Borrowing aspects of it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think I'm better than you, and I don't have any way to prove it because I have nothing to show that I'm better than you. I'm just saying.
But that's part of being a heel too, I mean,
yeah, I got nothing to back it up.
And you don't have to. As long as the heel believes in what they're talking about, they really, really, their core believe it, then that makes it make sense to them. That's the mentality.
Well, that's what heels are supposed to do, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I mean, yeah. As I got older in the business, like I'd learned like how to become a great heel. Because when you're watching this stuff now in '94, you got to remember I have only been in the business 2.5 years.
Right. Yeah.
Didn't know shit from Shinola. I didn't know fucking nothing. I didn't know how to do anything. And it wasn't until a couple years later that, when I left and I went other places and I learned how to work.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like, yeah, I got to be somewhere where I can work with people that I can learn to work with. Because
right.
what am I going to learn from Rock and Rebel? or what am I going to learn from 911? Up, down, and the story?
From Rock and Rebel. Make sure you get a license, kid. Then they'll need to book you.
Yeah, brother. That little fucking community center in Sheboygan. They're gonna need your license.
Talk to Wolfman about getting yourself a ring.
Oh, good Lord. Yeah. No, but first you have to go through fucking Hangman. What's his name? Harley Watkins or whatever his name is.
What a business.
Yeah, it's the worst.
Up next, it's Tommy Dreamer and Steve Richards, as they're calling him still here, with Angel in his corner. And yes, she is. She is definitely back. Like a case of herpes. She is back.
Dude, she's terrible.
Probably with a case of herpes, but I actually even have wrote down here. Joey alludes to the fact that Angel is a whore during his commentary in this match.
She alludes it to herself, like she says it later on. I wrote it down.
Well, just because you wrote it down doesn't make it right. I wrote it down. Look what I did. I also wrote down that I made $1 million last year. Doesn't make it right. And I also falsified a job application and told them they had any job special skills. And I said, yeah, I know what the fuck I'm doing. And I got home and Jess goes, did they call you back? I go, no.
They obviously weren't. They obviously weren't looking for somebody who knew what the fuck they were doing.
Apparently not.
Well, during this match, which is pretty basic, I thought. I mean, Stevie looks good. Tommy looks like Tommy. But during commentary, Joey is laying it on really thick about Tommy Dreamer and how he's getting more hardcore and how he's adjusting to ECW and he's not the babyface kid that came in here, 6 months ago or whatever. So they're trying to change Tommy's image as we're going on here because obviously, as we saw, the image that he came in with did not work and the crowd did not like him. So they're obviously trying to change his image at this point and make him more of a badass or try to sound like more of a badass? Is that what you guys picked up on?
I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say badass as far as I would say that he's hardcore and he wants to just please the people,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't think badass when I see Tommy Dreamer. I just think that he wants to make people happy,
Right.
And he'd be willing to go out there and do whatever, and he has, and he still does for fucking whatever reason. I don't fucking know. He's older than me. I don't know. How is this guy still doing this? And who's booking him? Another thing I want to know. You guys can't find anybody else in Sheboygan?
They found out the Rebel was dead. Well, call Tommy Dreamer. Aaron, your comments on this matchup?
Joey fucks up and says that this is Steve Richards' debut in ECW. It's like, no, it's not. Like, he teamed like last week with some other schlub. I don't remember who he teamed with last week. but he fought. It was Hack Myers. He teamed with Hack Myers, and they fought the Funk Brothers like last week. And Joey's like, "Oh, Steve Richards did a good job in his debut here in ECW."
Oh yeah, that was the headlock. That was the headlock match, wasn't it?
Yeah, he was in the headlock match.
The infamous headlock match.
Yeah,
I don't understand why Meltzer don't have that as a category in his year-end awards.
Best headlock match.
Who had the best headlock match?
Every year it's Dory Funk.
Dude, you got it out before I did. I was just gonna say, if it's not Dory Funk every single year, it's the annual Dory Funk Jr. headlock memorial match. Oh, he ain't dead, but it just looks like it, right?
yeah.
Oh, I shouldn't say that because of Marty.
I think he's
probably
dead. He's probably dead. Just nobody's told him.
Marty's still kayfabing him.
Yeah, they ain't called time of death yet, so he's still just walking around.
Like Marty still puts him in like the sunroom in front of a window so the neighbors can see him.
It's like Bernie, like on Weekend at Bernie's too.
Oh, good.
As long as you're playing like a Conway Twitty song in some way, like somewhere close to him, his body will just move around.
Yeah, but you could have done that while he was still alive. you just grab him. And, I've seen it firsthand. I have seen Marty lead him around in the hotel before, like to get coffee in the morning. Because I think, the way that I remember it, and it may not be accurate, and I'm not going to dispute that. But the way I remember it is, we were all downstairs getting breakfast, and Marty got up like an hour before him, and she went down and start, getting everything ready, breakfast ready, and then when the elevator door opened, and then Uncle fucking Dory walks out, and he don't know where to go. And Marty just grabs him and is like, over here.
your eggs and your muffin are over here.
That's over here.
Oh,
and he's just like, it wasn't a great conversation.
What I think happens is like he'll be slumped in his recliner, and then she just puts the earbuds in his ear, hits "Hello, Darling" by Conway Twitty on fucking loop on his iPod, and he just stands up and starts walking around like Bernie.
Lomax. Oh, good Lord.
Subtitle of this show, Weekend at Dory's. There you go.
Weekend at Dory's 2.
That's two. I'm sorry. Fuck, I'm corrected. I'm sorry.
The music made him get up.
No, didn't they already have it? They already had a Weekend at Dory's 2, didn't they?
That's coming up later on in the barbed wire match.
Oh, that's where I'm at right now.
Oof. I did it in the thing about the Dreamer Steven Richards match. I thought the finish was good. Stevie hits a fist off the top rope, and then he goes to do a second one, and Tommy catches him in the sleeper hold, which obviously they call the Dreamweaver, and wins the match.
Shit, it looked like shit. It looked like shit. It was like in slow motion.
Okay. I didn't catch that, but I'm totally not going to disagree with you.
like he goes for it, and it's supposed to be like Tommy grabs him quick, but like fucking Steve's fucking feet hit the mat, and then Tommy flips him over into it. It's like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, Dreamer to me is somebody that, like, I don't not like him as a person, but I don't like him as a person. And working around him, he just doesn't give nothing to the locker room. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you could hear him, right? When you hear him do on like any of his shows or anything like that, when he's on Busted Open or his podcast.
Right.
He's just, I'm Tommy Dreamer.
Tommy's about Tommy, right?
I don't fucking know what he is. He's fucking about half fucking dumb, if you ask me.
Well, after the match, he cuts a promo talking about the Shane and Sabu match coming up later on the night. Challenges the winner for that match and calls Shane Douglas a piece of shit. And then Shane Douglas and Mr. Hughes come to the ring, and we apparently get an impromptu Mr. Hughes Tommy Dreamer matchup here.
The Big Cat,
Undertaker.
That's right.
Great minds think alike.
That's the only thing I've done in my life. Wash cars, Undertaker. That trash I took out the other day, wash cars, Undertaker. His resume is building like mine as we speak. Well, not right now as we speak, but I hope I have a better resume than him now because he's not still alive, right?
No, he's still alive.
Oh, he can't be.
He's still... Every week you're putting another dude in the ground.
There's no chance.
I'll look it up.
Are you telling me that Curtis Hughes is still alive and Moondog Spot's not?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I mean, you can tell me that all day long. I don't have to like it.
He is still alive.
He can't be alive.
He's 57 years old and he's still alive.
57?
57.
You're fucking joking. Like, what do you on web TV? The fuck are you, what do you got, dial up? What internet are you using that you're going to tell me that Mr. Hughes is still alive at 57 years old in 2022 and it's like 94? He played football in what, the late 80s?
He's still alive. He's walking around somewhere or sleeping.
I doubt very seriously he's walking around.
He's sleeping.
Yeah.
He ain't got no feet no more. He's still alive.
He's being wheeled around somewhere. Dude, I'd probably take him medicine to his fucking nursing home and don't even know it. Like I got this medicine.
He lost a foot. He lost a foot to diabetes a couple of years ago.
Oh, just one.
Like, Chad's like, I got a package for B Cat.
No, my package was for M Hughes, and we don't have anybody here named M Hughes. Is it Michael? Mitchell.
He'll be the guy that's just screaming "Undertaker, Undertaker."
Yeah, he's the guy. He's the guy limping around those stairs with one foot, carrying an urn. He don't know what's going on.
He can't hang out with Luger no more. Who's gonna help who?
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, like it's gonna be Mr. Hughes sitting in Luger's lap, and Buff Bagwell is gonna be pushing him around because neither one of them have enough money to buy 2 wheelchairs. They're just gonna share one. That's embarrassing as fuck. That's a shame.
That's our review of the Tommy Dreamer Curtis Hughes match here.
And you can always follow me.
He was like, "Hey, Luke, you want to go to the mall?" And he's like, "No. If one of us falls, we're both fucked."
You have to go like when all the old people are walking around in the mall. That way, there's always like some security there to help you.
Life alert bracelet.
Yes.
Sting's busy and Harley's dead. We don't have anybody to take us.
He says he gets his life alert and goes, "Can I help you? Look, I've fallen and I can't get up."
Somebody call the Motor City Madman.
And the Undertaker
come help out.
He's calling life alert and he's yelling Undertaker. and they're gonna like rush the ambulance out.
Yes.
There.
Did you say you need an Undertaker?
Yeah, Undertaker.
Can't be the Motor City Madman anymore. That dude's old and big too, so he's probably the Motor Scooter Madman. He's on like a fucking Mark cart.
I don't think I've ever seen that guy roar before.
Motor City Madman? No,
I mean, I definitely have magazines that he's in, and I definitely know that I have tapes, but there's no chance.
I know he did. He was on, I think, Aaron, wasn't it a Clash of Champions? Him and Hughes were going after Lex Luger or something like that.
Oh, when he's just one of them job guys?
Yeah, when him and Hughes.
Paulie brought him in. Like, Paulie brought him in for some reason. I can't remember what it was. I think it was because like Sid got hurt or something. I don't remember what it was. Some combo.
Anyway, it doesn't matter. Yeah. But Shane Douglas cuts a promo after this match in the ring and calls Angel into the ring because he wants her to be his head cheerleader tonight to help counteract Paul E. dangerously. No, I'm sure it's not her friend. I'm sure.
I don't know. It could be Jessica's friend Angel.
So this is the beginning of the head cheerleader gimmick, and obviously Angel is not keeping this gimmick. That's going to be going to somebody else in the future. But the next match on the show is the Pitbulls are to take on Taz and his mystery partner. Todd Gordon comes out to the ring and says he wants to postpone the match because of transportation problems for Taz's partner. And yeah, of course, he's screaming in his Todd Gordon voice.
Oh, good Lord.
They never even had a fucking mystery partner.
What's that?
Do you think?
In other
do you think
words,
that's
never
really
had
the
a
case?
fucking- They never had anybody.
So I mean, what do you think? What do you think the plan was, and what do you think they did to fix it?
Now, see, to be honest with you, because I haven't seen this in so long, I didn't remember. I thought I was figuring the plan was that his mystery partner was going to be Snuka based on the last TV that we saw.
Well, that if it was Snuck, that could be transportation problems.
Or he just, if you want to call no showing that, yeah, probably.
That's what you call it when you just don't leave your house.
I got
Transportation problems.
TCB, brother. I got transportation problems. Metal Maniac called off today.
No, I think there was way,
killed a woman.
I think there was way bigger plans for that match. I'm trying to think of some of the names that were being tossed around. Like, how far are we from when the wing guys come in? What's that? We're like 4 months away?
Yeah, probably.
So that's right around
don't they come in the fall, I think?
I thought it was the summertime. Like around the end of the summer. So you're right, probably the fall, end of the summer. But I mean, if I'm not mistaken, that was right around the whole Mitsuhiro Matsuhara. Like, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like when Mr. Danger was a big deal. And they already had Onita, and they weren't going to bring in Onita. That wasn't going to happen because I remember one time somebody, I don't remember who it was, spitting out how much money Onita wanted. And I'm just going like, dude, you can't put enough people in this building to bring in I mean, for the plane ticket, let alone, the thing. So, I want to say there was somebody pegged to be in that spot, but what do I know? I don't know.
I mean, it could have been too. Like I said, I just got the feeling from just that since they did the little angle thing with Taz and Snuka a week ago or 2 weeks ago or whatever on TV, that was going to be the partner. But maybe you're right. There might have been something bigger planned because they are starting to try to make these monthly arena shows a big deal, really promote them almost like they're a pay-per-view. So you would definitely want to start booking some surprises.
Yeah, and we're definitely coming to the end of the era of, in case of an emergency, get Snuka.
Right.
Like that's coming to an end because the people that are there, they don't give a shit.
Either his car broke down or he killed a woman. One reason Snuka wasn't there.
Yeah, well, whatever.
He's like TCB, brother, taking care of bitches. I gotta go.
Yeah. Damn.
Well, the Pitbulls continue to beat down Taz here, and
did you notice the chant?
What's that?
Did you notice the chant they were yelling at the Pitbulls?
I did not.
They were calling them shitbulls.
Shitbulls.
Where was the "We want blood or vodka" chant? Oh, that was during the Sandman Cairo match. I wrote that down. Or somebody had a sign that said "We want blood or vodka," and that's all I could fucking fix in. I didn't know what the fuck was going on.
Well, there's all kind of shit going on outside the ring here during this thing, but for no reason and no camera work on it because they're just you just see the tops of people's heads or whatever in the aisleway. But the gist of this whole thing is Sabu comes out to team with Taz, and this is the beginning. Well, I guess not the beginning of Sabu and Taz. We saw them many months back have a match on TV, but this is where we're going to start, I think, heating things up between these two guys. Taz and Sabu win after Taz hits a Tazplex, and although confusing, it was a decent payoff for the mystery partner thing to see these guys team together, even though it was brief, don't you think?
What, Sabu and Taz?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, because even though the infancy of the internet, like it was just starting, and people like even us, we already knew Sabu and Taz didn't like each other,
right?
So it was always kind of like, yeah, that ain't. But I mean, you know how it is. You just never say never in a wrestling business. You never say never in anything, man.
Exactly.
Yeah, but that was kind of like okay, man. Because I mean, Sabu is in my opinion, from what I dealt with him, is a lot easier to deal with than fucking Pete. Because he's like, no, brother, this is what we're gonna do. And Sabu, he would tell me what he wanted to do, and I would be like, okay, well, I'm going to throw this in, and he'd be like, okay, what do you want to do? But not Taz.
Mm-hmm.
Taz is like, no, I'm going to throw your jerky ass all over the fucking ring, and you're going to get up and then feed me for more, and I'm going to throw you some more, Like,
yeah, this
look,
is
man,
not,
I'm not Mikey. If
this is not a democracy, right?
Yeah. If you want Mikey, he's over there. Fuck, I can't do this shit, man. I mean, yeah, I don't know how old I was, but yeah, I probably could have, and I probably still did. Because I worked on so many shows that were never filmed that I know of anyway.
Mm-hmm. The next match here is the one that I have the least amount to say on because I did not enjoy it at all. It is Sandman and Tommy Cairo in a Dueling Canes match.
Stunk.
This was bad. And during the ring introductions, what I did write down here during the ring introductions was, and I don't care, whatever. I don't mean to be disrespectful, but they introduced Woman. Then they introduce the first lady of ECW, Peaches. And I wrote down, no fucking comparison. Period. End of story. No comparison between these two women. Don't even try it. But
there had to be somebody on one of them independent shows that Todd ran at a bar before Peaches. No, was it Angel? It would have been Angel, right?
No, it would have been Peaches.
Oh, well, then she's the first lady of ECW. and that's how you should have introduced her, I guess. The first lady of ECW.
Well, Sandman wins this match, but
I put it's the battle of the lodge members. Like, these guys look like they're the Elks, and they just don't like each other.
Yeah, and the loser has to pay the others tab from the last time they were there.
Yeah,
and it's like $12. And then Peaches is yelling out that Peaches is yelling out that the other fucking broads got like $24 in Keno tickets. I'm not paying for that. What's the matter with you?
Who's paying for all these pull tabs? God damn it.
Yeah, pull tabs.
Pay for your pull tabs, Tommy Cairo.
You spent $27 and you won $4. What's the matter with you, Tommy Cairo? How are you going to afford Peaches?
Like I said,
Sandman takes off his shirt in the match. Sandman takes off his shirt in the match, even though there wasn't any chance of show your tits. But he did it anyway. And then
but it was in my living room. I'm the one that was chanting to show you.
The other question I wrote down is Tommy Cairo Firebreaker Chip's dad. I think he's Firebreaker Chip's dad.
I don't even you said that so fast that I don't even have enough time to even write a joke about that. I Firebreaker Chip. No, I don't know. I don't think that he is. Why? Because of his stoutness.
Yeah.
Are you making are you making fun of how he looks like a fire hydrant?
I was like, I think he's Firebreaker Chip's dad.
Well, there you go. Fire hydrant. He's Fire Hydrant Chip.
Fire Hydrant Dad. Fire Hydrant Tom and Firebreaker Chip.
They can go out there and they can fight fires
and get no heat.
Yeah. I mean, they don't even know how to use the fucking fire, the thing on the side of the road. They just come with buckets of water and hope for the best. They don't even know how to use a fire hydrant.
Show up in a fire truck like you'd see on Keystone Cops or some shit.
Oh, and it's a pump. And then all of a sudden they realize they stole a milk truck, and they're all like, "What the hell is this?"
Their tag team name is the Worst Responders.
the Nobody Wants Responders. That sounds like my emails for all the jobs I've been applying for.
Sandman wins this match. Less said the best. Wasn't good. It stunk. And we move along to a match that I did like: Sabu versus Shane Douglas for the ECW title. I like this match a lot. Aaron, what's that?
I laughed my ass off when Sabu busted through that fucking wall. It's fucking insane.
Dude, that wall was so pitiful.
But it was so fucking funny.
I mean, it was. I mean, that's all that separated them rubes in that arena from the locker room was that just one piece of sheetrock with a 2x4 and then another piece of sheetrock. Like, I'm sure you guys have gotten all blown up and thought that I could punch this sheetrock. Not that hard. Not the hardest thing in the world to do. Yeah. But, like I've did it in front of Jess and she wasn't even impressed.
Yeah.
She She was just more impressed with the fact that the next day I went down and spent like $139 and repaired it.
This match itself, like you said, Aaron, that was great when he came through the wall. But I like the theme of the match, the way the match has worked, and I also like the fact that they're trying to kind of show the two sides here. They're trying to promote, obviously, Shane as the wrestler and Sabu as, the insane guy. Who's the future? What's the future of pro wrestling is the theme kind of this match. And I thought
Bobby Fish.
yeah, not so much. I thought these two guys worked really well together in this match. What did you guys think?
I mean, Aaron, if you want to go first, I mean, I have a little more extensive knowledge of it, but I'd like to hear your opinion on it.
It's like Nate said, I liked the match. I liked the fact that it was like the battle for the future, and like Sabu's insane, and he's kind of what ECW wants, and Shane's the wrestler, and that's why he's kind of the heel of the situation. And the only thing I thought was I didn't know if Sabu legitimately fucked himself up and like knocked himself out, and that's why they went with the count out, or if that was like the planned finish.
Yeah, that I don't know. I just know that it was one of them deals where at the hotel, the Radisson in Philly, where we all stayed, and you know me, I'm a guy who has to know things, so I'm not staying in my room. I'm going down into the lobby. I want to see what's going on.
Right. And
it was constantly Paul coming in and him and Sabu. And, it was like the whole entire night. Like, I guess there was maybe an alternate finish that, that could have been implemented that I don't know of. But my point was, I'm just thinking like, because Sabu never does jobs for one,
right? And
did he do a clear job?
Count out.
Oh, okay. So it wasn't a clear job. All right.
Also during the match, the lights go out, and then when they come back, they're in the ring. So I'm assuming that just means the power went out for everything, because.
The power went out in the fucking neighborhood. It wasn't even the building. It wasn't even in an angle. It was just the power went out in the whole entire block.
ECW as a promotion has the worst luck with power outages.
Well, they got to pay the bills.
Pay your bills, Tommy Cairo. Jesus Christ.
Look, Tommy Cairo's he's like the janitor at the building, and he's also paying the bills of the building. And like when they say Tommy Cairo, pay your bills, it don't mean just the peaches. It's the BG&E.
There's a reason we gave you all these goddamn keys. You're responsible for this place.
Yeah. You got to unlock these doors. You got to make sure this water's running. What's the matter with you, Tommy Cairo? I mean. Anybody wearing like black tape around your arms and just wearing jeans with no shirt on.
Notice how conveniently the lights never go out during Tommy Cairo's matches.
Oh, he knows how to. He has that little that gimmick setting thing how you can set the lights to save money. He's setting the lights to where it dims out later on after he's done. What a boob. Good night. So next up is what? Hangman Page and Bobby. That's
wait. Well, after the Sabu, like I said, like Aaron said, there's a count out finish here with Sabu and Shane. And then we get a round of choke slams, one to Shane Douglas, one to Mr. Hughes, and one to Angel from 911. Crowd chants 911. We fade to black, and we come back in, and it's the Funks. Terry and Dory versus the Public Enemy in a barbed wire match. I've been waiting to watch Dory Funk in a barbed wire match. He's got like oven mitts. He's got like the the thing they put on you when they're gonna do an X-ray at the dentist.
Yeah. The big fucking like heavy ass thing. He comes kind of sauntering out.
Between his age and the weight of the vest, it takes him forever to get to the ring.
Oh, dude!
They were like, "Man, Dory, you showed up prepared for your match." She's like, "What? This is my Saturday outfit."
Yeah. And he thinks he's still going to like lunch or something.
Thinks he's headed to the Cracker Barrel. Yeah.
Somebody has to direct him, and he's like, "No, it's right out here. You got to go out here, through this curtain. That's where you got to go." And he's just like, "Oh." Dude, I mean, I don't have a bad thing to say about Dory. I just don't know if he knows what planet he lives on.
Like we say every week when we're joking on him, I would never say anything disrespectful about Dory Funk as a wrestler in his prime in the 60s and 70s or whatever. All I can comment on is 1994 Terry Funk or Dory Funk in ECW because that's what I'm watching.
Like you could see the starry eyes.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you could just see the fact that you know that he knows what he's doing because he's done it so much.
Right.
But
he's going
at the end of the day,
it's just like he's going through the motions.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, does he really know what he's doing? Because he's just done it so much.
Yeah, it's like when Vern Gagne killed that guy at that fucking old folks home.
Well, I don't know anything about that, and I wasn't there. I've never been with Vern Gagne in the old folks home. nor do I have any desire. Is he still there?
No, he's dead.
Who, Vern Gagne or the old folks home?
Well, Vern Gagne killed a guy in an old folks home.
Oh, I don't know anything about that. That's for a whole different show. Ask Archie Mitchell. There you go. Ask Archie Mitchell about that.
Turned heel at like 89.
Vern Gagne turned heel?
Yeah, at 89 years old, he killed a guy.
I don't know anything about this at all. I'm going to have to do some research on Vern Gagne killing a guy.
It's insane. It's an insane story.
Vern Gagne and Archie Mitchell killed a guy? in 1989? I am appalled. I can't believe that he's a listener to this show and a follower of our page. I mean, of all the people, Archie Mitchell, it's deplorable, it's despicable, and it's downright absurd. I'm going to have to do some screening on my friends list on Facebook. I can't be having this problem.
It's the legendary lemon-headed Funk Brothers versus the Public Enemy in a barbed wire match,
and it's not impressive. It's
no.
Terry's the only one who is remotely entertaining in this match. Honestly, just being Terry, but there's blood. I mean, that's there. There's barbed wire. That's there. But this isn't much of a match.
Well, if I can just say one thing, and I can say it in fucking and Bory Funks Jr.'s defense, is that he's used to working that Japan style where you're supposed to get 35, 40 minutes. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You start out slow.
It's kind of working up to it. And when you're at the ECW arena, you got to be kidding me. You know, did anybody want to see me work 911 for 10 minutes?
Right.
No, they knew what 911 was there for, you know. And then when Dory Funk came out, they wanted to see him and Terry just beat the shit out of people. And Dory's like, no, that ain't the way I do things. I got a nap.
There's a reason they call it a rest hold.
Yeah. And the referee brings in a pillow as he puts him in like a sleeper hold, and he's the one going to sleep. That's the worst when you put a sleeper hold on somebody and you're the guy going to sleep.
That happens to Dory Funk and Curtis Hughes, by the way.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I've actually seen that one time. I didn't know that was a thing. I didn't. We were leaving a show, and I think I actually worked him on that show. Or if I didn't, we had some sort of interaction on that show. Mm-hmm. And when we were leaving, somebody asked if anybody had seen Curtis, and I said, "Yeah, last time I saw him, he was laying down on the bench thing, whatever." And I think the building closed up behind him. I think they just left him in there. So I'm sure a guy of that caliber, with that kind of a background, he found his way out. You know?
Wakes up at 4 a.m. Undertaker,
Big Cat.
I'm used to breaking into places, not breaking out.
Yeah. He's breaking out of the church, wherever they had the show at, like wherever they had the big show on that movie, The Wrestler, with all the old guys. It's the Big Cat.
This matchup here starts the fans start throwing the chairs in the ring during the match. Like I said, Terry's entertaining. He gets himself all wrapped up in barbed wire, and it's just, of course, crazy Terry Funk in this thing. But again, folks, if I was going to tell you not to watch a match, this would probably be one of them. I mean, I don't know. You
got to tell him to watch it just based upon Dory's appearance. Like that suspenders with the white thing, whatever.
Yeah, watch the beginning anyway.
I can't believe there wasn't I can't believe the arena didn't smell like gasoline because he pulled in his fucking John Deere in the locker room and he's like, what? You know, and it just wasn't just running because didn't he look like he just got off work?
Yes.
I mean, he had on what, a white, like not even a white beater, but just like a white shirt, suspenders, jeans. He had the head, the lemon head. I mean, that's a classic look right there. God, I can't believe it. We're going to hell, guys. We're beating up like one of the greatest of all time.
Every single week.
I mean,
yeah.
God bless him. He showed up and he did his job and he bladed and got some citrus. I mean, he did his job.
Yeah, and he looked like shit. He forgot where the ropes were. He don't know nothing.
The show ends with the Public Enemy in the ring, covered in chairs, and like I said, this match is a match you show highlights from, but it's not a match you watch the whole thing. It's just not conducive for that. But.
Oh, dude, that's a very good point, Nate. I totally agree with that because that's not a match that you want to book 15 minutes of TV time or for TV time probably 9 to 11.
Right. Yeah. This is a match where you give me 3.5 minutes of clips. You know, you show me Terry wrapped in barbed wire. You show the chairs flying in the ring.
And you show Dory, just one clip of Dory walking around aimlessly. just to get him on there.
Just for effect.
He's just looking around, just like looking for somebody. And Dory Funk, he's looking to cause some trouble. You think?
And then you cut to Terry doing something exciting. Yeah.
I would love to have sat in on the way that match. Oh, well, it probably wasn't even booked. It probably wasn't even really talked about in the locker room because they didn't do anything.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Exactly. They didn't do anything. They just walk around.
I think they're going over the spots. And they're like, we're going to do this and we're going to do that. And then I'm going to do this. And then I'll do this. And then they're like, Dory, what do you want to do? He's like, a headlock.
Terry goes, and then Junior, you're going to walk around like you're doing an airplane spin to nobody. And he's just, all right. That's about what it was, wasn't it?
It's pretty much.
And Dory's just like, when am I going to get my headlock?
I was waiting for Dory. I was waiting for Joey Styles to yell out, Terry Funk's just taking it all in. Or Dory Funk's just taking it all in. You go, no. He's just trying to figure out where the fuck he's at. His wife's got to pick him up. He don't know what the fuck's going on. Poor guy. And who are these people that doesn't he still take bookings?
I don't know. I know he does conventions, like autograph signings and stuff. I don't know if he still wrestles or not.
Oh, he still has the dojo, right?
Yes.
I mean, I'm sure he ain't the one that's actively in the dojo, training people, but you would think that he would probably show up. You would think Marty would wheel him in.
He does headlock class. This is like headlock week. Whole week.
Marty's going to get a wax figure of him. And just set him up. Well, you can't. That's not going to last forever. You're going to have to get the wax one.
Dory Funk has evolved into his own wax figure.
They're just going to wheel this big fucking figure of Dory Funk in there.
It's like, keep him away from the heater.
And then anytime anybody asks him a question, somebody's going to go, yeah, you're doing good, kid.
You got to work on your headlock.
Yeah, you don't have the authority to talk to Dory's lithograph. Yeah, you haven't earned that right. Good Lord, have we beat this guy in the powder or what? This poor guy, he's still alive. So I mean, there's still ramifications that could possibly be happening. I don't want to fuck with Dory Funk. Do you? At this age?
The powder he's beaten into is Centrum.
Centrum? He's been beaten in the Centrum powder. Look, even the lovely Miss Jess is laughing over here. She's just trying to not get on mic. She's laughing. Dude.
And that's a wrap, ladies and gentlemen.
Well,
No,
you're not going out on a better note than Alan.
But that is our review of Heat Wave 94. Overall, real quick, guys, on a serious note, what did you think of this show?
Oh, it was
Aaron?
terrible. This is a bad show. Was it?
Well,
there was like 2 good things on it. And seriously, there were like 2 good things on this entire show.
I know. Besides me and
you and Mikey.
Freaking belt.
what? I was still a highlight of the show, Jeff.
Gave away the belt.
So I gave away the belt. I still thought it was a highlight of the show because the crowd wanted to see me win, didn't they? And I turned heel. I think.
I think.
I think that's what Paul wanted me to do, but I don't think I did a good job of it. But yeah, you know what I mean. But all in all, I thought this was. Aaron, you already just fucking shit on it. I thought that it was, in my opinion of ECW, from the time that I was there. I think it was a turning point of when shows were getting better. I didn't think it was a bad show. I really didn't think it was a bad show. I didn't think it was anything like, great, and it definitely wouldn't hold up to today's standards. But for the time period, I didn't think it was that bad.
I think the Chad Mikey match was good. The the Sabu Douglas match was good. I enjoyed that. Tommy Cairo and Sandman was a stinker.
Yeah, that stunk.
But you're right, Chad. They're turning a page here. They're starting to change. They're changing Tommy Dreamer's gimmick. They've started, introducing Sabu and Taz to each other. We've got Shane Douglas on his way here within about a month and a half. We'll have the NWA tournament where he throws down the belt. He's headed toward that. Hopefully this is the last we see of Dory. So, I mean, you're heading
not in personal life.
No.
Right.
I don't want the man to die. I just don't want him on my TV.
You won't have to put a silver alert out.
Good night. Like the next time he does a match and he falls, his Amber Alert's gonna go off or whatever, his fucking little beeper, and Marty's gonna yell, "Help him! He's down." That's not good. I shouldn't say. I should have said that.
Well, of course we. Oh, go ahead, Chad.
Oh, I'm just hoping that Marty don't listen to this.
I'm sure she doesn't.
No.
If he falls on the ground, it's bad. But if he falls in the pool, it'll be all right. Lemons float. He'll float right back up at the top. He's good to go.
That's all right. On that note, it's
Dory Funk is buoyant as fuck.
we are signing off, everybody. For another edition.
We are not ending this show by saying Dory Funk is buoyant as fuck. That's no. Come up with another way to end this show, because I cannot put my head to pillow knowing that you said that Dory Funk is buoyant as fuck. It means he could float. I mean,
you ever try to sink a lemon? You can't do it.
No, I've never tried to sink a lemon. I don't even know where I get lemons. I don't have lemons. I don't know. I know what you're saying. He looks like a lemon head guy, but I don't think he would float. I don't think he has enough substance. Actually, you're probably right. He don't have enough substance to sink.
That's right.
Jesus Christ, the guy weighs an ashtray. Jesus.
I'm taking us home. We're going home. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us this week on Reliving the Extreme. And we will see you next time around. Have a great week, everybody.
Bye, guys.
Sorry.
Reliving the Extreme is a production of Maxson Media. All rights reserved.